this is Shake and Bake. I hope everybody's doing good. We're in Gloria Victis, and like I promised, 2017, I'm really going to try hard to focus on just a couple games, one of them being Gloria Victis. I know I've said this before, I've tried before, but I really am going to try for various reasons. But enough of that. I already talked about it in another video. Let's talk about this video. Some of you are going to be, I've got 30 Steam keys to give away for Gloria Victis. I might be getting some more. And these videos are going to be basically geared towards you, the winners, and other people that consider picking up Gloria Victis. It's going to help you get started. I'm going to break these down, and the first one is going to be, you just got in the game. What the hell do you do now? So this is what you're going to see, guys. You're going to get some server options, and as player count increases, they'll add servers. As it goes down, they'll take some away. But obviously, you know, you're going to pick one that's got the lowest ping, and I play in Aquila 1. And you'll jump in there. One thing to note about the servers is your stuff and characters carry over between each server. So don't worry about jumping on the server and starting over from scratch. It'll all be there. Now, there's 2 factions in this game. And so, like, I've got a player that I use for Ismirs and one for Midlanders. For this tutorial, I'm going to create a new one just so you can see how it's done and how it works. But basically, there's 4 stages of this. There's a male gender and female, which is not in the game yet, but it's coming. 2 factions, Midlanders and Ismirs, with 2 more on the way. You know, read the lore, you know, roll the dice. There's no advantage to being one or the other. Maybe your friends are in one, whatever, or create both and try them both out. We're going to go with Izmir's just because I know that area of the world better than the Midlander area of the world. We're going to go step 2, body features here, where you can mess with the height of your character. I'll make mine a big boy here. He's just a giant, you know, big broad shoulder. He's a warrior. Yeah. Maybe skinny legs. It doesn't work out with the legs. He just does the upper body. You can get in here with skin tone and play around with that too if you want. Whatever you want. You know, it's your guy to create your character. And then you can go into head defaults if you want to hear and mess around with that and find the character head you want. All of this is going to be revamped here at some point. These are placeholders. Get you some facial hair. Oh, I kind of like that beard actually right there. And let's get some hair going on. Oh, whoa. Oh, I like the bowl head. Pretty cool. Let's see here. You got a ponytail action going on there. A little bit. Oh, let's go with the mohawk and let's get some hair colored nice. And then we're going to go step 4. Was that step 3 I just did? Yeah, we're going to go step 4. And this one, you're going to create your character name. We'll call this Shake Making Tutorials. And then you're going to look at these basically these attributes: strength, constitution, dexterity. Wisdom is not in yet. You got 40 points to start out. What I advise you to do is I just start them out all evenly at the start. You can tweak these over time. They do affect things like stamina regeneration, your health regeneration, all of those things. And if you go over them, they'll tell you kind of what they do, but they kind of look like they read all kind of the same a little bit. So that's what I recommend you do. There's light armor setup, medium, and heavy to start out with. And you got T1, T2, 3 examples you can use. Just remember, the heavier you go, the more defense you got, right? And the more damage you can do. But it's harder to fight basically and run because your stamina drain will be higher than if you were a light player. So you got to decide what kind of person you're going to be starting out. I would recommend you go with medium because you can always adjust this once you get in the game, but medium is kind of the middle of the road. Go ahead and hit create your character. It'll create your character, and then we're going to get into game. And I'm going to kind of go over so this first tutorial on the user interface, because there's a lot there, and I'm going to try to give you the best overview I can. I might miss some things, so if you watch this video and you're a veteran player and I miss something, don't hesitate to put it in the comments below. The intent of this is to help people and welcome them to the Gloria Victis community. All right, so here we go. Shake Making Tutorials, level 1 Izmir. We're going to go ahead and hit the, I don't know why I clicked that again. It has to load up the character again. We're going to hit the play button soon. As there we go, comes up. You're going to get a loading screen that comes up, some nice artwork that comes up between gameplay. It does take a little bit depending on your system. Even warns you that it may look like it's stopped, but just to hang in there, it hasn't. This is one of the things with early access games. They're always tweaking optimization and things like that. There is a big update coming for this game that has me very excited. And I think other people, new fighting animations, detail stuff working the cities, a whole bunch of stuff is coming. Even the character customization and all that. So, okay, here we go. We're going to go through. It's not really exciting stuff, but I would suggest you learn this. It's going to make the game more enjoyable for you. First thing, we're going to hit your Z key for Zulu, and it even tells you up here, Z, hide cursor, Z, show cursor. F is going to unsheath your weapon and sheath your weapon. At the very top, I'm just going to start at the top left and work our way around here. Top left, you got these icons that will pop up as you're playing. And if you go over them, it'll tell you what they are. Right now, we're in a safe zone. If I ate some food right now, it would talk about regen, maybe to my stamina or health would pop up here. So that's what that is up there. And you'll see those pop up again. If you don't know what it is, just go over it and it'll tell you what it is. All right, bottom left here is your chat box. You can drag it by clicking this arrow here up and down. You also can hide that chat box by clicking the bottom left icon. Boom, boom, boom. Now, you've got global chat, everybody, local language, you got local people around you, your nation. So with Izmirs, if I chatted right now, it would only go out to the Izmirs. Your guild, if you're in a guild, and the party that you might be in as well. If you want to whisper to someone, you can right-click Lunar Click, send them a private message, or you could type in /W and then Lunar Light, and then type whatever you're going to type, and it will go to them as a private message as well. So that's pretty cool. The next thing going over, here you got your average FPS that shows down here. Here's your hotbar down here. So if we hit this little round gear-looking wheel, this is going to give you links to a whole bunch of useful things. Your settings in game, your equipment, which is the default key is I for inventory, and I'll go over that here in a minute. I just want to first talk you through all these things. Then you have crafting screen comes up. You can use that, or C key. You can come with a guild is your G key. You can create your own guild in the game, invite friends. Achievements. This is things that you achieve throughout the day in this game. There's daily challenges, crafting, art of war, hunting, your rewards for daily activity. That's a lot of fun to kind of progress in that. And then also a party. You can create a party. You can join players, send party invites. And here, you can also do that by walking up to a player and hitting E, the echo key. And let me walk this guy right here. I could go up to him. And I can hit E, send party invite, request to be added to a group, send friend requests, send trade requests. So you can do that as well when you run into another player. And then you've also got abilities. And this is basically your passive skill tree. And I've got a point to spend, so I'm just going to go ahead and start spending those now. That is your B key, or just using this. And then map is M key. I'm going to talk about the map here in a second. And then also glory. This is a new thing they've done, and I'm not totally familiar with everything about the glory stuff, but kind of things you do in the world give you these glory points, your glory level, and that's kind of cool. I'm sure that's going to evolve over time. And let's see if that's all of them. I think it is. Yes. So move to the right. This box, you can again drag and drop, drag and expand right here. But this is basically, and you can turn it off with this little exclamation point right here on the left corner. This right here is for when you're doing things in the game and you accomplish things, or you're fighting an NPC. It'll show you how much damage you've inflicted on that NPC or other player. It basically is giving you updates of things you're doing in the world in this bottom right, okay? Moving along, top right, you've got this little skull here. And if you click it, you can turn friendly fire off and on. Now, you may want to turn it off, right, or enable it when there's a traitor in the midst. An exile who maybe is into killing his own people from his own faction, and you want to take him out. You would need to do that, but keep it. I would recommend you keep it turned off so you can avoid damaging friendly players. Also, if in your party, you won't damage people in your party as well. Next up is something really cool called the Valley of Death. You got a countdown here, says about 23 hours, I believe that is. There's going to be an event in the Valley of Death. That is basically a PvP event. And basically, Izmir's and Midlanders who sign up for it, when it goes live, there'll be a sign-up sheet, I think here. You click the check mark and you sign up to get in it. I recommend you do that because it is a great way to get a ton of XP, practice your fighting, have a ton of fun, and lose no loot. You cannot be looted at those events. You have everything to gain. And when it's over, what will happen is in the world then you'll have a global event somewhere that'll kick off, and it'll be indicated by these kind of red crossed swords right here. Those are awesome. So you go to this event, you get a ton of XP, then you go to a global event, and depending on the outcome of that battle, you will get loot, and if you win, you will get some amazing loot. So that's the other thing that is awesome to do. And then this right here, this one here takes you to an arena up here. You go to that, you go to an arena basically to practice fighting. And in there you can fight against every other player, even your own faction. You don't lose any gear, nothing like that. It is just to practice fighting. And I will have a tutorial about combat here in the future. Also, you can minimize this map by the plus and minus keys up here, which is important because you're going to start seeing icons on here that are going to tell you where merchants are at and also crafting stations. Very important. All right, since we're in this, let's look at the map real quick. I'll tell you a quick overview. The game is a dynamic game. What I mean by that is these locations on the map are always changing depending on which faction has gone in and captured these locations. So they're always changing hands. And the blue ones are Midlanders. Yellow are for Izmir's. You can see my little icon arrow. That's where I'm at. Now, if I were to move across this map, that little arrow would move around. It's a good way to track kind of your progress. You'll also see party members on there as well. So if you can't find your party members, look for them. There'll be green dots on there, and you can go hook up with your friends. This map is going to expand over time. This is the starting map, but it'll continue to expand as the game develops. Also, you've got these blue rings out here. These blue rings are range of ongoing events. You could go out there as a new player, go in there and do stuff, and I'll talk about that in another tutorial. You got 2 exile islands up here. If you're a bad boy killing your own people, you're going to get exiled to one of these islands over here for Izmir's, over here for Midlanders. When you come back in, there is a way to get out of that status and back in good standing, and I'll talk about that in another tutorial. Neutral territories are gray. You don't see that too often. Let's get out of the map. And that, my friends, is basically the user interface. I will go over crafting in another video. The inventory, I will talk about this real quick. If you want to open cases, just right-click and open. It'll give you some goodies. If you want to put on your lantern, right-click and equip. But I will tell you this. I advise you not to ever wear that lantern because when you're running around the world, you'll be able to see, and if you're glowing like an orange lollipop, you're just a target. So I advise you not to put that on if you're new to the game. This is where you're going to spend attribute points as you earn them, right up here in these top 3, Strength, Constitution, Dexterity, and then character stats. You can go right through here. All of these you will learn in time. I'll talk about those more in a fall upcoming tutorial. And I think, guys, I've covered it all. Actually, there's one more thing. You can scroll mouse wheel all the way in. You can go to first person if you want. You can scroll out as well. You can hold the tilde key down and then zoom around your character. You also can hold V down and you can use emoticons. That's something else they've added in this game, and it's pretty awesome. You can sit down if you want. Why not? Again, you can zoom in, scroll around your character here. Pretty awesome, I say. Let's go keep moving. The other thing you can do is if you hit F1, you're going to get this little tutorial comes up. Great way to remember where your keys are and things you can do. And one of them is R. You can auto run with R. Turn that off. You can hit caps lock and walk. Turn that off, go to a slight jog, hold shift, you can run. That is going to affect your stamina there, and the stamina shows up right here. And my friends, if you play this game, you are going to be really closely acquainted with your stamina bar, and we'll talk about that in an upcoming tutorial video. One more, let's check, make sure I got it all. There is a thing, too, you can do with F6. If you hit F6, you can make stuff go away and do some nice screenshots. And remember, you can get rid of the chat down here as well, just like that. So now you could take some really nice screenshots in here. You can go up like this. Let's turn him around like that. And then I'll hold my tilt key and let's get a screenshot. This will be a great thumbnail right here. There, nice little screenshot. All right, guys, I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to do some more tutorials on basically crafting stations, on merchants, on combat, PvE, and PvP. Let me know in the comments if this is helpful. I hope it is. I wish you guys the best of luck in winning a game key for this, and I look forward to 2017 getting to know more players in Gloria Victis. It's going to be awesome. Cheers, peace. Guys, don't forget, if you liked it, hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe. All right, until next time, shake out.